Hey agents, thanks for tuning into this one. I just thought I would make a short little opinion piece, video discussion, whatever you want to call it, about the Division 2 topic. Is the game still relevant and worth playing, or even worth buying for that matter, a year and a half after its original release? Um, for me the answer is yes, but for some people it's a no, for some people it'll be a maybe. It depends on you as a person. Right now, what I can tell you what makes the game still playable for me is basically the two raids, Dark Hours and Iron Wars, because I have a really good crew. GBK, you can see there in the background, that do the raids if it's every, if not every day, almost every second day. So for them, it's actually for that purpose alone. That's what I log in for, basically. The only other thing that makes this game worth playing for me is playing with the clanmates and some guys that I've met in Division One, some guys that have gone away from Division Two already, or some of them that come back and go away and come back in between patches. Some just guys I've met playing this game. We do the open world activities together. Which what I mean with open world is basically all this little stuff here, the control points, the activities. Doing that in a group, even if it's just with one other person, or maybe a group of three, group of four, group of two. I mean, that's what's fun for me. The control points and the open world activities for some leveling up, because I'm not level 1,000 yet. I couldn't really be bothered for it either. So that's basically what makes the game fun for me. Not rerunning the same missions over and over, or trying to, in an effort to try and mid-max a build anymore, because that's not gonna happen. If you just look at example, I can go on and on about the problems the game has, but I just want to tell you about this one thing. Let's say, for example, okay, this is a really bad view. Let me stand over here. The only thing in this game is not worth it is trying to rerun the same missions over and over in an effort, in an hope. I mean, I've been playing the game for how long? Do you think I can get a Providence defense piece with 15% weapon damage and either a Guardrail crit chance or Guardrail crit damage? That's a mod I have on there, by the way. If you haven't played the game, I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know how difficult it is to find that? I mean, if I look at, okay, this is still okay. But for me to find a Providence, you see they have 13.7. Do you know how difficult it is to find one that's for 15% and where you can have a 6% crit chance and crit damage maxed out? So for me, I've actually basically given up trying to improve a build. This is one of my Iron Wars builds. Um, so 14.1, 11.6. Oh, that's a mod I have. I don't even have a 6% crit chance mod, and I've been playing the game for over 1,000 hours, 1,200, probably 1,300. I don't know how many hours, but well over 1,000 hours. So I can't really be bothered trying to do. If let's say, for example, if Jefferson Trade Center is on Providence, I've run the mission how many times already? I mean, I can't find something, that's better than this. So for me, farming for better gear, that's so I just run with whatever I have. I mean, basically. So in that sense, for me, the gear, looking for better loot, I mean, that's pretty much lost on me. I just do it for the raids and like the open world activities, just to have fun. Because the mechanics in this game, I don't find it in any other game with that. Because I play Fortnite, I play Rogue Company, I play the Red Dead Redemption 2 now. I bought it like a week ago. I started playing it. I don't have this gameplay I have in this game. I don't have anywhere else, so that's why I'm still playing it. But for some people, I mean, if you're grinding the game for better loot, you're gonna get fed up. You're gonna quit. I can tell you that. If you're playing the game for PvP, you're gonna say it's horrible. You are gonna quit. Because for me, PvP died in TU8 when the whole Gear 2.0 system came in, where you can only have a talent on your chest and backpack. A weapon, gear talent, whatever you want to call it. Because previously you could have it in all your pieces, you could have something here. And that kind of basically killed the game, because now I don't really see a lot of variety in it. I mean, if for PvP, this is a ball that people would run adrenaline and intimidate, for example. You can also have bloodsucker in it, but it's not really that effective. You have to kill someone first to get the perk to activate intimidate. So this is actually one of those PvP builds that you see if you have the Ravenous now. So the only other thing now that will make the game where you actually have to go farm for pieces, even maybe get something like the Ravenous. Like me, I didn't have Walker and Harris pieces at all because I never kept them and didn't see the use of it. But now that I have the Ravenous, then I have to go farm for that. But I'm not gonna run the same mission over and over. I'll wait until some of the guys on the clan are online and there's an area that's walking at us, and then we'll do it, for an hour or two. I don't play the game longer for hour or two at the time anymore. Then it just gets a bit long, and I go play something else. So the game is actually still worth it if you're a new player. I would say the game is worth it. You get at least 1,000 hours out of it. Just don't expect anything great from PvP. But if you're looking for PvE experience and you've never played the game, it's really a good time to jump in, because everything is at a very good point, I would say, from technical point of view. The stuff works, which is here. Not the best, not actually what all the players want, but okay. The NPCs, it seems that every maintenance, the NPCs get buffed a bit. Another problem the game always has was, like in, for example, one title update, you will take a M1A, you'll buff it. The next type of update will nerf it, buff nerf, buff nerf, buff nerf. That's how it is. That's how the game is. And then the meta becomes something else that everybody uses in PvP. In PvE, there's still a bit of a variety what you can have. But for me, like I said, from farming, as long as you have each of one of these builds here, I still need the Ravenous one. If you have one of each of these here, you don't need to farm for any builds. You can maybe try and get your 15% weapon damage and your 12% crit damage and your crit chance, 6% on one piece, but it's very difficult to get that, I can tell you. I can't even find a Fox Sprayer knee pad which has 15% weapon damage. I can't find it. I mean, I find that 6%, 8%, that's the best one I've ever found, which is 12.5. So the loot in this game, I'm hoping they do something with TO11, but I still won't farm for better gear. Probably not. There's other stuff to play. So the game is actually still worth playing in my opinion. But for me personally, like I said, the raids, the open world activities with your friends, buddies that are still playing the game, or people you meet along the way that do missions and give you stuff, give you freebies, free exotics, stuff like that. Um, that's about it. What I can say. I mean, if you're new to the game, you are gonna get a pretty good experience. You're gonna get quite a bit of hours on it. Just with PvP, don't expect anything much. You are going to complain, you are going to get fed up, you are going to tire, you are going to quit. And running the same mission 50 times over just to maybe get a chance at better gear, you are going to be disappointed. So just lower your expectations a bit with the gear. But if you're new to the game, the gear you get will be awesome. But only when it comes to mid-maxing the last 1%, 2%, or last 0.5% of a piece, it's going to be extremely difficult to find. Which I hope they address with TU11 coming up. There's a new game mode coming up for it's PvP as well. I mean not PvP, sorry. I mean PvE as well. PvE game mode, which sounds similar to almost what we have in Underground. I enjoyed Underground a lot in the first game, so I will definitely check it out in TU11. It's I think it's free for everyone that bought. I don't want to say free. Let's say it's included for everybody that bought the Warlords of New York expansion. So guys, the game, I would say even the Warlords expansion is worth buying if you already bought the game. If you haven't done that yet, I would wait for a sale again and buy it, because PvE wise, I said, you get a very good campaign out of it, and a couple of hours that you can play and level up your character and all that stuff. So that's my short answer. It's yes and no and maybe. There's no definite answer. Depends on what kind of person you are. If you want to do the raids, you want to do open world activities with your friends, go for it. If not, I would say wait for another 6 months until the game matures a bit more. Maybe in year two, and then you go ahead and reevaluate if you still want to buy it or not. Thanks guys. That's it for me. Cheerio.